Okay, y'all. I'm on the NF train. All aboard. Ooh, ooh. After you guys told me to listen to Mansion and I reacted to it, I kid you not, it has been the only thing that I've listened to from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep for the last 5 days. I love it so much. It's so good. So I cannot wait to get another one. And I got a feeling, y'all, this one's going to hurt me. But let's do it anyway. To be honest, when you guys kept commenting, how could you leave us? It was after I'd been sick and away for a few videos, and I feel like you're asking me that question. Oh no. But you just left us. We needed you. I needed you. Yo, I don't know what it's like to be addicted to pills, but I do know what it's like to be a witness to kills. Mama told me she loved me. I'm thinking this isn't real. I think of you when I get a whiff of that cigarette smell, yeah. Welcome to the bottom of hell. They say pain is a prison. Let me out of my cell. You say you proud of me, but you don't know me that well. Sit in my room, tears running down my face, and I yell into my pillowcases. Say you coming to get us, then call a minute later just to tell us you're not. I'm humiliated. I'm in a room with the parent that I don't barely know. Some lady in the corner watching us while she's taking notes. I don't get it, Mom. Don't you wanna watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no, but you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping till them pills kill you. I know you're gone, but I can still feel you. Oh, that little cry. Oh no. Oh man. Addiction is such a horrible, painful illness for the person who's experiencing it, but for the people around them. And like this song, wow, a kid whose parent has addiction. So hard to understand. I guess pills are more important than me. I guess you don't love me that much, Mom. All you have to say is no. It should be so easy to just say no. If you really loved me, just say no. Like that pain. They say pain is a prison. Let me out of my cell. That line is brilliant. It's also interesting because it's like they say pain is a prison. Let me out of my cell as the person who's experiencing the loss of someone, but also as the person who is in active addiction, is their pain is keeping them in prison. The addiction is keeping them in prison. And also it's often people who feel like they are in a prison of pain that turn to addiction to try to numb the pain, to try to get out of the prison of pain. Oh gosh. Okay. This video is heart-wrenching too. Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? Oh, the crying. How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Oh. I got this picture in my room and it kills me, but I don't need a picture of my mom, I need the real thing. Now our relationship is something we won't ever have, but why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? You should have been there when I graduated, told me you love me and congratulations. Instead you left us at the window waiting. Where you at, Mom? We're too young to understand. Where you at, huh? Yeah, I know them drugs that got you held captive. I can see it in your eyes, they got your mind captured. Some say it's fun to get the high, but I am not laughing. And what you don't realize and what you're not grasping, that I was nothing but a kid who couldn't understand it. I ain't gonna say that I forgive you cause it hasn't happened. I thought that maybe I'd feel better as time passes. If you really cared for me the way you acting. You guys, this is something else. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't need a picture of my mom. I need the real thing. Why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? This like grief of like, even though you weren't who I needed you to be, I still miss you. I still need the real thing. And actually, I always needed the real thing. I needed somebody to be my mom. And you couldn't be that because you were so addicted and the pills held you captive. And this question of like, I never even had you as the mom that I needed, but I'm still grieving you.
I'm grieving you and who you were, and I'm also grieving who you could never be to me because of the pills, because of the addiction. And then there's this question, of like, especially addiction is so hard to understand for anybody. It's so hard not to take personally. I feel similarly to people who lose those they love to suicide often have similar thoughts and feelings as those who lose someone to addiction. And it's like, if you really cared for me, then you wouldn't have let this kill you. If you really cared about me, then you would have stayed here. Oh gosh, this little boy. Oh, and the crying in the background of the chorus. Oh, this song is so... Nathan, thank you. Like, you'll probably never see this, but thank you for creating art that is just that. It's vulnerable. It's beautiful. It's heartbreaking. Thank you. Thank you.
Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us?
Baby.
How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Our last conversation, you and I sat in the living room, talking about my music, and I brought you something to listen to. You started crying, telling me this isn't you. A couple weeks later, guess you were singing a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once, I guess they came back to finish you. Crying my eyes out in the studio is difficult. Music is the only place that I can go to speak to you. It took everything inside of me not to...
Crying my eyes out in the studio is difficult, like so brilliant, referencing the crying in this song, in the song, and how hard it is for him. Music is the only place I can go to speak to you. Oh, is that not something that we all feel so deeply? Is that music is the place that we can go to express things that we can't express, that we can't say out loud, especially about grief, especially about addiction.
It's the only place that I can go to speak to you. It took everything inside of me not to scream at your funeral. Sitting in my chair, that person talking was pitiful. I wish you were here, mama, but every time I picture you, all I feel is pain. I hate the way I remember you. They found you on the floor. I could tell you felt hollow, gave everything.
This video is so good because it shows the dimensionality of addiction, and that addiction takes people from you in moments. But it also makes the loss so much more painful because the person that exists outside of the addiction is still there. The mom that's laughing with their kids still has moments of showing up that's still in their child's memory, and they're losing that person too. And that is so, so painful to see and imagine what life could have been like without that addiction, to know explicitly who this person is when they weren't high.
All I feel is pain, I hate the way I remember you. They found you on the floor. I could tell you felt hollow. Gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. You gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. Don't know if you hear me or not, but if you're still watching, why? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave?
Actually, I feel like I need to go back and watch that part of the video.
Sometimes I think.
Oh no, this is gonna wreck me.
You know, when I have kids and like, you won't be there. You know, you won't be there for any of that. Get to see you again. Sometimes I wish I would have just called you. I wish I would have just picked up the phone. I wish you were here. I mean, you should have been there for us. You should have been here. The pills got you right. And pills got you right. I wish you were here.
Oh man, you guys. Oh man. Oh. This song is probably the most beautiful, powerful portrait of someone's experience losing someone to addiction that I've ever heard or seen in my life. I'm just in awe. I'm just in awe. You guys really wanted to make me cry. We almost really shed a tear there. So this song is so powerful, I think, because it goes through so many of the different layers of grief. And I think most people think of grief, they think of a single experience, and they think of sadness. Like grief equals sadness. But I know as a therapist that grief can equal sadness. It can equal guilt. It can equal shame. It can equal frustration. It can equal anger. And this song gives us the gift of the holisticness of the experience of grief. And as you listen to it, you can process through that. And actually, you can sing the part that you need to sing the loudest. Just like Nathan, music is the only place I can go to speak to you. You can speak to your grief, the person that you lost here in this song. You can take the point that you feel the most resonant with and sing it the loudest. Because the reality is that there are so many different lines in this song that match so many different feelings in the experience of grief. It's anger towards that person. It's the feeling of guilt. It's the question of, could I have said something different? What would have happened if I would have picked up the phone? It's the, why wasn't I good enough? So when you listen to this song and you move through your grief, I want you to see and recognize that grief is a layered experience. And anytime you are feeling it, you might find yourself singing a different line. And that's okay. It just means you're moving through the layers, the process of grief. But sing the line that you need the loudest. Sing the line that you need to release, that you need to process through the loudest. Maybe it's, they say, pain is a prison, so let me out of my cell. Maybe it's, why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? Maybe you feel like you're grieving something that never was even yours in the first place. Maybe it's, if you really cared for me, then where are you at then? Maybe it's the anger, the frustration towards that person. Maybe it's that I hate the way that I remember you. Maybe it's sadness over the way that you remember not only all of the good, the laughing in the car moments, but also the addiction moments, the lady sitting in the corner, watching you, taking notes on your family moments. Maybe it's sometimes I wish I would have just called you. Maybe you feel guilt for the way that you showed up in that relationship. There are so many different lines that point to the different layers of grief in this song. And when you sing them, you get to process them all. You get to choose the one that you need and sing that and scream that and cry through that, just like NF does. So brave to do that, because grief is not just one thing. It's all of it. And so when you listen to this, I want you to be able to experience and process through all of it, because NF gives us a platter of pain that we get to pick what we need to work through and sing through it. Oh my gosh, I literally love this. Oh. And you know what? I want you to do something. I want you to share in the comments what part you're singing the loudest and why, and tag out HeartSupport. And this community, we're going to support you, because that's what we do, baby. That's what we do. Okay. And if you want to be someone who helps someone, I want you to click this link. Just click it, and it's going to give you my 5 best songs to use to support someone. It's exclusive content, so you can only get it by clicking the link. And I need you to do it. Just do it. Okay.